Hello and welcome to the Dutchin channel. It's Sunday the 12th of May 2024 and it's approaching 8:30 in the morning, and we're just going to have selections today at one meeting, which will be Newcastle. That doesn't start until 3:07. So the first thing we'll do is have a look and see if there's any non-runners at the meeting. In the 3:42, Midnight's Dream is a non-runner. And that's pretty much it at the moment, but it is early. So the first thing we'll do is go into our spreadsheet and we will start with the first race. I've got 6 betting races there today. Now, if you followed us in yesterday, it was a terrific day. It was mostly one of the best days we've had on the channel in the since March, I would think. It was a really good, profitable day. We went through the card at Ascot. So just keep watching every day. You haven't got a bet, just keep watching just to see what the selections are for the day, and just think, is it what you could be doing? Following us in and making a profit. So let's start with the 3:07 at Newcastle. Bulmer Bank is our top selection here. Bulmer Bank. And we're going to use Matchbook. I have looked through Matchbook and there seem to be better prices than everybody else. And I say better prices, I mean better over round figures. But of course, it only needs a non-runner to come in while we're doing this, and then it will just change the whole complexion of it. So let's start with the 3:07 then. Our top selection here was Bulmer Bank. This currently is 16.5 and stakes of £6 and 6p would return us £100. Our second selection is Tierney. And Tierney, this is also 16.5 and stakes of £6 and 6p would return us £100. Mr. Wonderful is our third selection. That's currently in at 7.2 and stakes of £13.89 would return us £100. The next one would be Wren Officer. This is our fourth selection, and Wren Officer is in at 12. So stakes of £8.33 would return us £100. And Oakland Princess, that one is currently at 10. So stakes of £10 would return us £100. And our stakes so far are £44.34. So that's going to leave us £5.66 left to stake. And the next selection is going to be Buzzbox. And Buzzbox, this one's currently in at 8. And we don't have £12.50, we have £5.66 left. So that will be our last amount to bring the stakes up to £50. Just double check that. So into the Newcastle 3:07. We've got 5 running for us. Bulmer Bank, Tierney, Mr. Wonderful, Wren Officer and Oakland Princess. One of those 5 would return us £100, and Buzzbox will be the lesser amount. And as per normal, what we do when we do a recap of the meeting, we then go in and do the last selections and tell you what we've got to come back on those. Into our second betting race, which will be the 4:17 at Newcastle. Our top selection here will be Sea Legend. And Sea Legend, that's currently 5.7. So stakes of £17.54 would return us £100. And our second selection is Molinari. And Molinari, this one is currently 13. So stakes of £7.69 would return us £100. And our third selection is Sense of Worth. This one's currently at 20. So stakes of £5 would return us £100. Our fourth selection is Fearless Bay. And Fearless Bay, this one at the moment is 8.8. And stakes of £11.36 would return us £100. That's going to leave us £8.40 left to stake. And that will go on My Little Queens, as that one is 5.2. So into the Newcastle 417, we've got 4 running for us: Sea Legend, Molinari, Sense of Worth, and Fearless Bay. One of those 4 would return us £100, and My Little Queens would be the lesser amount. Going into our third betting race, this is the Newcastle 452. Our top selection here is Chantico. And Chantico, that one is 18.5. So stakes of £5.41 would return us £100. Our second selection is Real Terms. And Real Terms, this one's currently at 14. So stakes of £7.14 would return us £100. And our third selection is Yeoman. And Yeoman at the moment, that's trading at 6. So £16.67 would return us £100. And our full selection is Furzig. And Furzig, this one is on 11. So stakes of £9.09 would return us £100. And Ludo's Landing would be our fifth selection. Ludo's Landing, this one is currently 10.5. So let's just make sure that we got enough money to put on this one, which we have. Ludo's Landing, then 10.5, stakes of £9.52 would return us £100. And that's going to leave us £2.17. And our next selection is Jack Sparrow. And Jack Sparrow, that one at the moment is 7.6. So the maximum stake here would be £2.17. Right, Newcastle 452, 5 running for us here. Chantico, Real Terms, Yeoman, Furzig, and Ludo's Landing. One of those 5 would return us £100, and Jack Sparrow would be the lesser amount. Into our fourth betting race, this would be the 527. Our top selection here is Chaturanga. And Chaturanga, that's currently 6.6. So stakes of £15.15 would return us £100. And our second selection is Monsieur Melee. And Monsieur Melee, that one is top of the pile at 4.1. Stakes of £24.39 would return us £100. And our third selection is Mafnood. And Mafnood, this one at the moment is 5.6. So the first 2 combined have left us a stake of £10.46, and that will be our maximum stake for our third selection. Newcastle 5.27. We've got two running for us, Chachuranga and Monsieur Melee. One of those two would return us £100, and Mafnood the lesser amount. Into our fifth betting race. This is the Newcastle 6.30. Our top selection here is Northern Spirit. And Northern Spirit here is currently 29. So stakes of £3.45 would return us £100. And our second selection is Swiss Ace. And Swiss Ace, this one is 15.5. So stakes of £6.45 would return us £100. And our third selection is Zip. And Zip, that one's currently 8.6. Stakes of £11.63 would return us £100. And our fourth selection is Mascarpone. And Mascarpone, or Mascarpone, whichever you prefer. This one is currently at 15, and stakes of £6.67 would return us £100. And the fifth selection here would be Eldrick Jones. Eldrick Jones, that is favourite at 4.5. So let's just see what we had staked up until that point. £28.19 leaves us £21.81, which is going to be our maximum stake for Eldrick Jones. Newcastle 6.30. Four running for us here. Northern Spirit, Swiss Ace, Zip and Mascarpone. One of those four would return us £100, and Eldrick Jones would be the lesser amount. Now coming into our final race, this is the sixth betting heat. This is the 7 o'clock at Newcastle. And First Folio is going to be our top selection. And First Folio, this one at the moment is 20. So stakes of £5 would return us £100. Just a Spark is our second selection. And Just a Spark, this one at the moment is 28. Stakes of £3.57 would return us £100. And our third selection is Bosch. And Bosch, that one at the moment is 10.5. Stakes of £9.52 would return us £100. And our fourth selection, It Just Takes Time. And It Just Takes Time right down the bottom there. And that one is 23. So stakes of £4.35 would return us £100. And our fifth selection is Tacarib Bay. And Tacarib Bay, this one is currently on 8. And stakes of £12.50 would return us £100. So stakes so far are £34.94. That leaves £15.06. And our next selection, the sixth selection, there will be King's Lynn. And King's Lynn, this one is currently on 6. And stakes there will have to be £15.06. We can't go to the higher amount. So that's £50 staked in the 7 o'clock. We've got 5 running for us here. First Folio, Just a Spark, Bosch, It Just Takes Time, and Tacarib Bay. One of those 5 would return us £100, and King's Lynn would be the lesser amount. So that's all 6 races done. We're going to have a quick recap, and we're also going to bring the calculator into play. So back into our first race, which is going to be the 307. We've got 5 running for us here. Bulmer Bank, Tierney, Mr. Wonderful, Wren Officer, and Oakland Princess. One of those 5 would return us £100. And Buzzbox, well, we had £5.66 left to put on Buzzbox. We times that by the price of 8. That gives us a return of £45.28 and a slight loss of £5 if that was the win. But we've got 5 other horses running for us. Then into our second betting race, which is the 417. We've got 4 running for us here. Sea Legend, Molinari, Sense of Worth, and Fearless Bay. One of those 4 would return us £100. And My Little Queens, which is our last selection, we managed to have £8.40 for this, times the price of 5.2, gives us a return of £43.68. So again, a slight loss here, £7 this time, and we've got 4 others running for us. Into our third betting heat, the 452. We've got 5 running for us here. They are Chantico, Real Terms, Yeoman, Furzig, and Ludo's Landing. One of those 5 would return us £100. And Jack Sparrow, the 6th selection there. All we managed to have on this was £2.17, and we got the price of 7.6. So you'll get a return there of £16.49, and it will lose around £34, that one, but you still have 5 running for you. Then into the 4th betting heat. This is the 527 at Newcastle. We've got 2 running for us here. Chachuranga and Monsieur Melee. One of those 2 would return us £100. And our other selection was Mafnood. We had £10.46 left to stake on this. And then we times that by the 5.6 for the price. That returns us £58.57. So a slight profit of £8 on that one. And we've got 2 running for us. Into our 5th betting heat, which is the 6:30 at Newcastle. We've got 4 running for us here. Northern Spirit, Swiss Ace, Zip, and Mascarpone. One of those 4 would return us £100. And Eldrick Jones. We had £21.81 left in the kitty for this one. And then times that by 4.5 for the price. That would give us a return of £99.23. So a good return for the 5th selection plus the 4 running for us. So all you got to do is hit the wrong thing here and got to start all over again. Right, that's done. And now into the 6th betting heat. This is the 7 o'clock at Newcastle. We've got 5 running for us. First Folio, Just a Spark, Bosch, It Just Takes Time, and Takarib Bay. One of those 5 would return us £100. And our last selection there, King's Lynn, well, we had £15.06 left for this. Then we times that by the price of 6. That gives a return of £90.36, so that's a good return, and 5 running for us. So that is all of the races done at Newcastle today. I'm only covering the one there in the UK flat meeting, because that's all there is. So come and join us tonight for the results show, just the one meeting again, as I say, today. And of course, if you go back and watch yesterday's and have a look at the racing yesterday, We had a terrific day. Really, really was a good day yesterday. And you can have a look at that and try and work out how you're going to back my selections that are showing a profit every month since we started. March was, as I say, nearly 2,900 profit. These are to £50 stakes that I show you on here. Then in April, we had an okay profitable month in April, and in May we've started pretty well. We've got over 13 over 13 points profit so far, and we're only 11 days in, so I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. So yeah, all this is for free if you take it off the site. If you want to join up as a subscription fee, I can send you a brochure. You've got the email address at the top of the screen, so if you want any details on that, just send me a message through that. And otherwise, that's going to be it till the results show tonight. So good luck with whatever you're betting this afternoon, and let's hope we can get a few winners again. Thanks for watching.